What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and that's right, folks. We're looking at DSP's daily rap video, where our boy Phil had to stream in horrendous conditions. That's right. There's a massive heat wave hitting Renton, Washington, and everything is melting. People are just dying. Pets, animals, all are seeking shelter. That's right. And our boy Phil has to struggle and stream games for 7 hours a day. Oh my, that's right. So big ups to Phil for toughing it through. Those 71-degree days are rough on people, so mad props. So anyway, let's see what our boy Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap. Today was Saturday, the 7th of October, 2023. Incidentally, it was one of the hottest days I've ever streamed. Reason being, we had summer-like weather today, but it is autumn. It is literally, 3 weeks into autumn. We're not supposed to have summer weather. And because of that, I didn't have an air conditioner in the window. And I was sitting in this office in the middle of beating sun on this office today, and it was 85 outside, and it was upwards of 100 degrees Fahrenheit in this office today as I played Assassin's Creed Mirage. Oh, at least it's over, because it was supposed to be the worst of it. Tomorrow's supposed to cool down by like 10 degrees, and then starting this week is supposed to get cooler every day with rain and clouds and autumn weather like you should expect. So at least I got through it. I had the right attire for it, that's for sure. Overall today, a great streaming day. Let's talk.
Okay, before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room here, and that is the weather over in Renton, Washington. That's right, folks. If you take a look at the video that I have here posted, you can see that your boy provided a little screen caption right here on the corner. You can see here where it says weather results for Renton, Washington. Mind you, this was at 1 o'clock Eastern, so that was 10 o'clock when Phil started. No, actually, this was around 2 o'clock when I actually captured this. So Phil had begun streaming, and I wanted to see what the weather was like in Renton. And that's right, folks. It was 71 degrees when Phil started his streaming day. And the high was only 75 for the day. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on with the snort fort. But there should be no reason why any room in that house should be 90, 95, 100 degrees. There's no possibility. I mean, even his attic wouldn't even get that hot. So it's ridiculous. So I'm calling bullshit on Phil complaining about the heat. Yes, it's probably hotter than normal because he has all of that nasty, dirty equipment filled, with cat hair and dirt and dust. But there's no way that his room can hit a temperature of 90 or 95 degrees. There's just no way. He's just exaggerating here, of course, for sympathy tips. He wants to put this impression out there that he's this hard-working coal miner, slugging it just like all the other common people, when all he does is just sit there and play video games all day long, Phil. If it's that hot, open a window. If that doesn't help, turn the fan on. It's not that difficult, Phil. And for you to sit here and complain about the heat when most people are suffering the same. I mean, in my area, it's 87 degrees, and you don't hear me complaining and bitching about the heat, Phil. And again, don't forget, it was 71 degrees when Phil was complaining how swelteringly hot his house was.
About it. First of all, on today's podcast, I covered that there's new improvements to the streams. Now, if you're someone who watches all of my videos on demand, you will not see any improvement. But yesterday, as I was streaming Assassin's Creed Mirage, some people had criticized and said, the stream doesn't look very good on YouTube. And I was like, really? Because I'm watching the raw feed in OBS, my capture software. It looks good. I watched back on the videos I recorded locally to my hard drive, which I then uploaded to YouTube. All of that looked good. So I was trying to figure out what exactly was it that the stream didn't look good, because what was the reason? Come to find out, which I did not know, YouTube has different codecs that you can select based on the bitrate that you are streaming at. No one seemed to know this. YouTube didn't even have an option to select it anywhere where you would look. That made sense. YouTube has this hidden when you're creating a stream key for a stream on YouTube. If you don't just use the same stream key and you say, I want to do a custom key, it has options. It's like 1080p, 1440p, and 4K. Now, I don't stream at 4K resolution, nor am I streaming at any bitrate that needs that much. So basically what was happening was all year I had increased my bitrate that I was streaming at. Remember earlier this year I split the load, meaning my streams were being done by my GPU and the local videos were being encoded by my CPU. So because of that, my CPU was no longer being maxed out, which was great. Okay. But when I did that, I increased the bitrate of everything. Didn't know that YouTube had a better codec to stream at a better bitrate. They didn't tell me that. So basically I've been streaming at the worst codec, and you guys, whenever there's a game that has a lot of action and a lot going on, likely have seen a lot of blur and a lot of pixelization and a lot of frame rate choppiness. Well, guess what? As of this morning, I fixed it. I am now streaming at a higher bitrate. It's the codec that's supposed to be for 1440p resolution. I'm not streaming at 1440p. I'm only doing 1080p, but it's the right bitrate now. So now when people watching my streams today were like, oh my God, it's silky smooth. It looks gorgeous. It's the best you've ever done. I was like, good. Perfect figure. Exactly what I was saying, that PC players have an unfair advantage. But there was other stuff. There was news and other things that we talked about. It was a good podcast. Assassin's Creed.
Okay, so of course your boy has to address this, and it just goes with the theme that Phil is a lazy content creator and a lazy person. Phil, everyone knew this. Everyone knew this. A simple see, this just goes to Phil's utter laziness. Doing a simple YouTube search saying how to stream at a better quality on YouTube, right? A simple search would have provided all this information Phil would have needed to make his streams look so much better. Everyone knows this, Phil. YouTube, by the way, YouTube didn't contact your boy Duty. They didn't say, hey Duty, by the way, you may want to know this information so that you can stream at a better quality. We're just telling certain people, and we're making sure not to tell Phil because we want him to fail. No, Phil, it doesn't work that way. And then you act like this. It's some miracle, and only intelligent people with an IQ of 150 can figure this out, Phil. No, Phil. When I started streaming on YouTube, the first thing I did was Google how to stream on YouTube at best quality and so on. And I read up and found out all the information about the encoders, the codecs, how Streamlabs, because that's what I use, work better with YouTube. It didn't take long. It didn't take me days to figure it out. It took me a couple hours of just looking up a couple videos, doing research, and even asking a few people like, hey, can you help me make sure that I'm using the right bit rate and so on. And my streams look silky smooth, perfect, Phil. I have no problems whatsoever. I've streamed games. They look good. I have no issues. My PC doesn't conk out, nothing. There's no latency problems. And I don't have an issue where I have to wait 10 seconds to get chat. I have low latency built in my streams. And usually when people chat, I usually see it right away. There might be a second or two delay, but that's it. But you would resolve all of these issues, Phil, if you simply invested in a PC. All you need is about $800 to get a PC, and you wouldn't have any of these issues, Phil. You would have a pretty decent PC that would let you stream, record, and play games at 1080p, silky smooth, 60 FPS without any problems. But you don't. You rather just continue doing what you're doing, and it's just you seem to want to do things the hard way, and that's what's very annoying. Because you sit here, and then when you finally figure something out that gives you a remotely slight improvement, you make it seem like it's the next best thing. So of course Phil now will assume that the 1440p will save the channel, just like Assassin's Creed, just like Starfield, just like Zelda, just like Final Fantasy. It's just the next thing that Phil will brag about. This will get wrapped into the whole LED lights, the new camera, all of the improvements that Phil made in 2023 to make his streams better. He'll just add this to that line, and of course he'll talk about it pretty much for the next 2 weeks.
Barrage today was very good. It's actually much better than the first session because today the game kind of opened up. I started getting new abilities, new tools. The game had different missions you could choose from. Rather than just being linear and only doing these main story missions, now you have these different things, 3-4 different missions you could go to, and other things that I keep discovering as I explore the map. So it was fun. It was actually much different than the first stream because we're out of that tutorial stuff. We're doing more interesting stuff. I did a jailbreak. I had my first major assassination of one of the order, among other things, and it was a good stream. I had a great time, even though I was sitting here overheated and didn't feel good because of it. You know, toughed through it and had good progress, good fun with everyone, and it was an incredibly supported stream as well, so thank you all for that. Late stream tonight was Lies of P Endgame. Now, I didn't know if I was going to beat the game or not tonight, and in truth, I might have beaten it tonight, but the boss that I had ended up on last time, Laxasia, that's a rough boss. Reason being, it's 2 full phases. The phases are completely different, and the second phase, that enemy can literally hit you with one-shots or a move that you've never seen before. It would take a million years to learn all the moveset of the second phase of the boss. The thing is, the second phase of the boss takes a lot of damage. So, as long as you are not getting hit, you have a chance. So, basically, it took me a freaking hour to beat Laxasia. I thought it would be like 10 minutes. It was an hour. So, because of that, then I had to go through the entire final dungeon, which, by the way, almost another whole hour. Another hour of dungeon they put after that boss. And then finally, like, the big story elements, the finale. And then I got to the final boss. I did face the first wave of the final boss, almost beat it twice, and then I asked everyone, is this really the final boss? And they're actually like, just so you know, there is one more boss after you beat this one, but at least it gives you a checkpoint between. And I was like, there's no way I'm beating 2 bosses tonight. So I tried one more time, failed. I was like, all right, we gotta do another stream. Okay, so great progress in Lies of P tonight, good support. Everyone seemed to have a good time. Great new weapon. I got a new freaking weapon now that I'm actually using on the final boss, which is hilarious. At the end of the game, we're still using another new weapon. So it was all good, but didn't get it done tonight, okay? But good news is I will get it done when I play it again soon.
That's right, folks. Lies of P, for some reason, thinks it's Kirby. That's right. And of course, we all know that Kirby thinks it's Dark Souls. So yeah, he's probably gonna need 2 more streams to finish up Lies of P, because that one boss, that Lasayo, whatever it was, it took him literally an hour and 15 minutes to beat it. Kept dying over and over again, and I think he has 2 more bosses to beat before the game is over. I played it, I beat the game. It's a little rough, it's challenging, and of course with Phil and dealing with the hellish conditions of 71 degrees and him sweating and just, you know, toughing it out, it may take a little bit longer. But that's right, folks. But anyway, yep, that's the video, folks. Prepare for Phil to talk about 1440p and how the new codecs and the you know, the bitrate change will save the channel. That's right. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.